Okay. All right. Okay. Um. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Thank you. You have no idea um, the level of my gratitude. I appreciate you watching each and every episode. The likes, the comments, the subscribes. I appreciate it. You are now watching Unks in the building. You and CS Unks in the building. Resident Unk Byron here, along with the fantastic Auntie Stacy.
Hello.
We will once again be talking about Reddit stories, and other random things. Please continue to join us on our journey.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right, so this one is would I be the a-hole? So it hasn't happened yet.
Preemptive. We got time to make a difference, folks.
Would I be an a-hole? Would I be the a-hole if I keep my ex's life insurance payout instead of giving it to his pregnant girlfriend?
Okay.
My ex and I were together for 7 years and we got engaged 2 years ago. Around that time, we both took out life insurance policies, listing each other as beneficiaries. It made sense at the time because we were planning a future together.
Okay.
Then, 6 months before the wedding, he cheated on me. I was devastated, but I forgave him because I didn't want to throw away 7 years of my life.
Long time.
I thought we could move past it. But 2 months before the wedding, he blindsided me, left me for the same woman and he had cheated with.
Well,
I was completely heartbroken. I begged him to reconsider, but he told me he had moved on and that I should too. It took me a long time to heal, but I eventually accepted that he had made his choice.
unbelievable.
Over time, I worked on rebuilding my life. That was a year ago. I updated my own life insurance policy, assuming he would do the same. Then last week, I got the unexpected news that he had passed away suddenly.
Lord Jesus.
It was shocking, but what surprised me even more is that I was getting a call from his sister. Apparently, he never changed his beneficiary, which means I am set to receive a $100,000 payout. Now his girlfriend, the woman he left me for, has reached out asking me to give her the money. She's pregnant with his child and is currently unemployed. She says the money should go to her and the baby because I am just his ex. I understand that this is a difficult situation and I have sympathy for her child. But at the end of the day, this was his responsibility. He had an entire year to update his policy and he didn't. I wasn't expecting this money, but legally it is mine.
This is also
I
true.
didn't have to take anything from anyone. It was his choice to leave things as they were. I don't think I should be obligated to give it up, especially considering how he treated me. This isn't about revenge or pettiness. It's simply about the fact that I was named beneficiary, and I see no reason why I should be the one to fix a mistake that he made. That being said, I don't want to be heartless. I'm considering setting aside a small amount for the baby because none of this is this child's fault. But at the same time, I don't think I should feel guilty for keeping what was legally left to me. Am I the a-hole? I'm sorry for my voice.
That is a little bit complex there. I mean, legally, it's hers. And she did give this man 7 years of her life. She gave him 7 years and was about to give him the rest of her life.
Right.
Until he made a foolish decision to cheat. And then he also made a second foolish decision. The first foolish decision was not in her favor. But that second one.
That was before the first decision when they were together. They probably got those life insurance policies.
I'm saying
together.
The second foolish decision to not take her off.
Oh, gotcha.
Foolish by his, standards. That seemed to be a benefit to her. Now, it's tough. A-hole is strong, especially since she's considering actually helping the kid. But she doesn't have to do anything.
Zero. Zip
She
zero.
has to do nothing.
Stingy with
You
dinero.
want me to look in the eyes of the person that at one point I imagine she would have said, this person ruined my life.
Right.
Because that was her life, the trajectory. And she also saved her life at the same time. Because if this is who you're marrying, you dodged a bullet. Yeah, you really don't owe her anything. Anything you do is out of the kindness of your heart. Is it going to be frowned upon by the family and everybody else who may know that you exist? Absolutely. They're all going to feel some type of way about it because of the simple fact that they would question, is it the right thing to do since you're no longer in that individual, since you were no longer in the individual's life? That he'd moved completely on, started a new family, and it's kind of like the right thing to do would be to bless the family. However, you can look at it the other way as this is payback for the trauma that you caused me, the pain, the suffering for a year to do infidelity and then have me forgive you and then leave me again. And you want me to be nice? The kindness of your heart. First of all, the kindness of this woman's heart must be applauded. It got to be applauded. Because I know most people would not even consider it. And I think that it's a testament to your character of not being the a-hole by you even thinking about, hey, I'm going to set something aside for my former significant other's mistress, effectively, to set them up when you could have animosity toward her for the rest of your days if you wanted to. So I like what your thought process is from a forgiving standpoint, and then moving on with your life for sure. You really ain't got to do nothing else. This ain't tithes and offering. This ain't something you directed. Unless God put it on your heart, this ain't something you directed to do by any stretch of imagination. No, not the a-hole.
What would you do?
So my ex cheated on me, moved on with their life, forgot. And now they calling me like, hey, bruh, she left you as the beneficiary and we got a kid now. I might have to block that phone number. I might have to block it. I can't say that. God, it's tough because you want to forgive, and she says she did, and you move on and stuff like that. But I think, especially from a man to a man, like, bruh, I'm just giving you money now. That would feel weird to me. Like,
all right, so
the whole situation.
So let's talk about
weird.
it. The beneficiary, I get $100,000, right?
That's right.
10% of that is going to tithes, $90,000, right?
$90,000.
And then the sister calls.
Sorry for your loss.
So my thing is, a lot of people don't have the money to pay for the people's funeral, right?
That's not an obligation by any stretch of imagination.
I understand that, but I'd be like, okay, funeral costs is probably about $10,000, right?
Okay.
That's what I'm paying.
Okay. I mean,
That's what I'm paying. I'm giving you I'm paying for the funeral costs. Here, sister. Here's the 10,000 for the funeral, and that's what I will be paying. 80,000 is going to me.
I like the idea of it's not the kid's fault.
Yeah, but the mom is gonna have to take care of the kid.
She is. And in my case, if it were me, you asked me if it was me, it would be a dude taking care of a kid. I'm like,
Listen,
I like that, but it's still not your responsibility.
If she knew, listen, I've been in this situation on the being cheated on, not that person dying. I don't wish that on anybody. And the girl knew, and if this would have happened, you're gonna have to figure out how to work, get a job, baby, like the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean,
I will pay. I'm not gonna get the family to go into debt to pay for this person's funeral. Right? So I'm gonna say, here's 10,000. Y'all can figure out the rest.
You better figure out cremation.
Byron, stop.
No, that's callous. But the thing is, don't come. I gave this person 7 whole years of my life.
And the thing is, the family knows her. 7 years is a lifetime.
That's a long time. And then to have this go down in a very disgusting manner for infidelity, and then saying you're done, and then leaving and going again to somebody. Is this new person a wife?
I don't think she's a wife. She's a girlfriend. It's been 2 years since.
Yeah. You definitely ain't getting all of it. I like her thought process, help the kid, but you're definitely not getting all of the money saying, here you go, because you were there shorter than I was. No, I like paying for the funeral. Maybe bless the kid.
The thing is, they're trying to, the part that's making her consider is because the girl's pregnant.
Yeah.
And it's like, I got to put some money aside for this.
No, that's
not your responsibility.
But that automatically makes you not the a-hole. Your heart is in a good place.
Yeah.
I love where her heart is.
If she decided not to give nothing, I still wouldn't consider her the a-hole. Just so many stories like this where someone is married, they got divorced, years later, 25 years later, they pass away, and then realize that that money goes to the first wife. And that's airtight.
Yeah.
There's no lawyer that's gonna go and try and say, well,
PSA. This is for all the people who say it's not important to get married. Marriage is just a piece of paper. Okay. If you don't, and a mistake like this happened, or you all weren't even at the point of doing beneficiaries and all, because everybody don't even think like that. You're just a long-term girlfriend or boyfriend, and y'all just living together. And, some people ain't putting you on there as no beneficiary at their job. You have no say whatsoever in anything that they got going on. When that person dies, they're going to call next of kin or whoever they was with legally before you.
That's next of kin.
I know. I'm just saying, just like people who be like, okay, I got married once, it didn't work, I'm never getting married again type deal.
Yeah, and next of kin is still the person you're married to.
Right. It's whoever you are married to, you out there just with a separate family talking about we separated. No, do not live like that, folks.
Or even if you're with someone and they're there forever, you've been together forever. I guess common law is not a thing that's recognized in some states.
Used to be.
They won't even let you in the room. The family's estranged, and now the next of kin is some person who doesn't even really know the person.
Don't care. Next of kin don't care about the person at all, and you just kind of like, hey, but that's what I love. I was with them for 7 years. Don't even matter. Sad, but no, ma'am. I would suggest buying yourself something nice. Okay, $100,000, I can get you out of debt for real.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm thinking,
That's a
I'm
life
thinking she
changer.
is under no obligation to help either of them. They didn't care about her when they callously treated her very poorly. And she moved on. She begged the boy to stay with her, which is sad because she only decided to stay with him because she didn't want to throw away 7 years of her life. But
Some cost.
you need to have just let it go at that point. He did her a favor, and now he's doing her another one.
Yeah. Yeah. Sunk cost is a very real thing, and I understand people not wanting to. Hey, we've been here this long. Let's keep going. But when somebody shows you their true colors,
But I've been there. I literally exactly this was me.
yeah,
Where I was like, okay, I'm gonna forgive this person because it's literally what our families already know each other. We're intertwined.
mhm,
Like it's been so long. Let me forgive them so that we can move past this. And same thing happened. I didn't have a wedding, but same thing happened.
right.
And you're like, please don't do this. You're asking the person not to do it, but then you're looking back. You're like, man, thank God they did that.
Dodged a bullet.
Yeah, a freaking grenade over there.
Dodged a bullet. You know, it's one thing. Like, I don't know how often you do it, but every once in a while, I'll either see somebody or see somebody that reminds me of somebody, and it's like, you know what? I would have hated my life.
Right.
I would have absolutely hated my life if I would have stayed with who I begged God for. You know what I'm saying?
And God says no sometimes.
You're like,
Baby.
nah. And, you know, you look up and it's 20 years later and it's like,
Phew.
yeah.
That's why I didn't.
Man, my kids would have been ugly. And I'm just playing.
Stop.
Yeah. I'm good on that one. She sounded like she got blessed.
Right.
Yeah.
All
A
right.
new car.
Next one.
Don't do that. Don't get a new car. It's a waste of money.
This one was originally posted in Am I the A-hole?
Okay.
And got reposted in Am I the Devil?
That's the next level.
So what people do is they find the post and then they put it in that.
Yeah.
It's not the original poster that puts it in the Am I the Devil, but just that's where it's.
Oh, okay.
My girlfriend's daughter. Okay, where is it? Am I the a-hole? This is the original. Am I the a-hole for refusing to buy my daughter new sheets and blankets?
But how long?
My daughter was at my mom's house for the weekend, and she has a pretty comfortable bed. So I offered that bed up to my soon-to-be stepdaughter. She spends the rest of the night in the room and goes back to college in the morning. My daughter calls me into her room today and shows me blood stains over her sheets and also on her blanket. My daughter angrily says the blood is like still wet in some areas. My girlfriend comes in and says, oh, yep, I can smell it from here.
My God.
I think I know what's going on. She shakes her head and says that her daughter hates wearing bottoms to bed, and that includes during her period.
Oh, no.
She apologizes to my daughter and says she'll speak to my daughter about it and leaves the room. My daughter says that this will be impossible to get out of white sheets and her blanket, and says she always sleeps with a towel when she's on her period. I tell my daughter that we shouldn't let our tempers run wild here, and that she's done laundry before so she can do it again, and that her soon-to-be stepsister is family now, so there's nothing gross about it. My daughter asked me to...
Now, hold on, pause for a second, because this is a lot. And this man is asking if he's the a-hole.
Yeah.
Keep going.
My daughter asked me to take her to Bed Bath & Beyond for new sheets. I didn't get why she was so grossed out because she was also a girl, and I assumed desensitized to period blood. She also...
How is he desensitized to it?
She also personally wiped up her mother's vomit and blood when she was sick. So I don't get why she couldn't just clean her sheets just this once.
This is a stranger.
So I told her to just let it go, and that I wasn't asking my girlfriend's daughter to come back just to do laundry, but when she stays over, she'll probably have her set of chores too. Am I the a-hole?
Yes. Absolutely. That is gross.
This is disgusting.
That is gross. Like, I'm trying to understand. Why would you...
First of all, the stepdaughter. What in the actual heck is going on with you? Who does that into someone else's bed and just goes, I'm out of here?
I got questions, because for me, as a married man who's been through just a little bit in life, prior to being married, I'm able to see a lot of stuff now that I didn't look at before. That's a red flag to the mom. Because oh yeah, she does. What?
Yep, I can smell it from here.
You are marrying a lunatic who walked into a room saying, I can smell it from here.
Oh, you can smell it.
You raised this kid.
And why wouldn't she say, oh my goodness, I can't believe she did this, and rip off the sheets and take care of it yourself and say, I'm buying you new sheets. If you want a new mattress, I understand. Let me just rip these off these sheets. You don't even get in here until it's clean.
That's the first thing, because it shouldn't have been pushed back on this.
Oh yeah, I can smell it from here. I'm so sorry she did that and left the room.
Like, bruh, I'm like, we're gonna have a serious conversation. Me and my significant other are having a serious conversation about how callous you are about this, because this is wild right now. The second thing we're going to do is I'm questioning your heart, because I'm like, how could you it's like you raise a psychopath. You know,
who wears no bottoms in someone else's bed?
Nasty woman.
First of all.
Yeah, that nasty woman disease. I'm just like, that's a disgusting person.
Yes.
You're bleeding on somebody else's bed.
And then you leave it there, though.
Bruh. And the fact that the mom is okay with it, she's nasty too. She has to be.
Well, she's not taking any responsibility for it. That's your daughter. First of all, let's rewind. Let's beep, 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 back it up.
Stepfathers.
Let's back it up, back it in. Let me begin by saying,
please,
why are you offering up my bedroom to somebody else? And you didn't, no, sir. That's my bedroom.
She's going to college?
She was away at her mom's house and she offered the bed.
Just for a weekend? Something?
Yes, and I don't think that that's okay. Yeah. I don't want random people in my bed.
Yeah.
I don't. You need to call me and be like, hey, such and such daughter is here. She wants to sleep in. Is it okay if I put... Yeah, that's fine. Like, I need to know these things. I don't want to come into my room and see blood on my bed because, well, first of all, the blood on the bed, but I don't want to come into my room and know that somebody else slept in my bed last night. Because he should have said, here's how it should have gone down. First of all, I'm calling you and we're like, such and such is over. We're going to, even if you're informing her, we're going to let her sleep in your bed just so you know.
Right.
Second thing, you put new sheets on for the girl who's sleeping there. And then when she leaves, you take the sheets off and wash the sheets so that your daughter's not sleeping in some rando person's body. Sweats DNA, and stuff.
Sweats and skin and... Nah,
so he should have taken... She or the woman should have taken care because it's her daughter. Right?
This is why I'm saying,
then when they find out there was an accident, and it sounds like it was a lot and still wet.
What, which wet and smelling is insane.
That girl is insane. The daughter is insane. The mom is insane. The mom has no sense of...
And he about to marry this.
Guys, get out of the room. Everybody get out of this room and let me take care of this. And then you need to call your daughter.
Reconsider. Yeah, okay.
And then thirdly, Dad.
The audacity.
You cannot tell me that I can just wash these sheets and...
Here we go.
This must be rage bait. This has to be a fake post to get people enraged. Because you can't be like, oh, she's a woman. She should be desensitized to period blood. Who cares? You see it all the time. Your own period blood. If I leak on my own sheets, I'm grossed out. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's here. I'll just wash it. No, I got to take everything off the bed. And clean it up. And then, you're like, you know what? These sheets are done for.
Yeah, I think I might have to agree with you to say that this is probably something made up to get people upset.
Well, there are some people who are this dense though, because the mom was sick, so when she cleaned up her mom's blood and vomit, that's totally different.
Right, it's the mom. It's not a stranger.
But it's also something that the mom couldn't help.
Right, this other woman
and
can't
the person
help
is
it.
Sick. This person chose not to.
No.
And second of all,
Oh,
I'm gonna be susceptible to getting diseases and stuff. You
yeah.
don't know who this person
Nope.
is and what they
Nope.
got,
Not
and now
doing
I
it.
got to sleep in the sheets that it's white sheets.
Yeah. No, this is gross. That's all of it's just gross. I'm grossed
He's a
out about it.
psycho.
He has a problem if it's real, because yeah, if it is, he has a problem. Whoever he's about to marry has a problem. Whoever he's about to marry's daughter is a problem. Like, that whole family is broken. If this is real, sir, consider your life choices at this moment. Don't marry into this family.
But he's not
It's
the only
gonna.
problem. Look, because the
I'm just
family's not the
saying to
only
say,
problem. They look
if
like they
it's
suit each
real.
other real good because he's like, other daughter, get over yourself. Like, where are
I
you
know.
from?
Well, that's also true. So he's a
Have some kind of
dumb man as
sympathy for her
well.
and be like, oh my gosh, let's go get some new. That shouldn't even be a question. She
Only
shouldn't
sane
have to have
person here is the daughter coming back from college. That's the only sane person here, because
No, it's not the
I
daughter coming back from college. It's the daughter that was at her
oh,
mom's
at the
house.
mom's house.
His mom's house, because I don't know if the mom is still alive or not.
Yeah, wherever that one, the real, his biological daughter is the only sane person in this story. The rest of these people is just,
They're
I
wild.
am not, yeah, they're not well. They are not well by any stretch of imagination. That was gross.
Yeah, sorry for that. I should have
That's
trigger
right.
warning.
Trigger
that one?
warning.
Sorry.
We talk. Yeah. No.
All right. Ready for the next one?
Sure.
Am I the a-hole for telling my boss that I wasn't invited to the party? I, 26 female, just started a new job. I quickly realized that one of my colleagues, Marie, in quotes, she's not the real name, is engaged and is getting married within the next 2 months. It seemed like the whole office was attending the wedding. I absolutely did not expect an invite. She just met me. Weddings are planned in advance, venues booked, etc. My friend actually just got married, so I saw firsthand how it all worked. I could tell Marie wondered if I was expecting an invitation, and I was hesitant to bring up the wedding around me, but I just never made it a big deal. I don't feel left out in the slightest. Then I got CC'd on an email from someone at the office that Joan is throwing Marie a shower during our lunch hour at the break room in a couple of weeks. Joan was sending out a collection so we could give a group gift, cash, to Marie. They also suggested we made it a potluck. Joan included her Venmo and also asked if we email back with what we planned on bringing. Even if I'm not going to the wedding, I still believe everyone deserves to be celebrated, and Venmoed the $20, as well as sent a reply saying I'd bring lasagna.
Okay.
A little later, I saw the $20 had been returned to my Venmo, and Joan approached my desk. She said, I didn't need to contribute. Contribute? How do you guys say it? Contribute.
That's right.
Sorry.
How do you people?
Sorry, because it's the Trinidadian
Yeah, I get it.
mix
Go ahead.
there. I said, even if I'm not attending the wedding, I'd like to still give Marie a little something. Joan looked a little awkward and hemmed and hawed, but eventually said, you're not invited to the shower.
Woo.
I was confused. I said, I can't go into the company break room on lunch hour? She said, yes. I asked, where am I supposed to go? I don't drive. I take public transport to and from work. We really don't work near anywhere I could go to quickly. I could go to quickly for our lunch hour. She said I could stay at my desk.
This is Jones, the manager.
Joan is just the person pulling together the party.
Go ahead.
I pointed out that this was a little exclusionary.
Mm-hmm.
Joan said Marie didn't want me to assume that I was invited to the wedding. I said I don't at all. I completely understand. I haven't worked here long and we're not close enough.
Right.
I'm not hurt by that. She said, that's great, but I still can't come. I asked if I had done anything to offend Marie, and she said no. She just doesn't want me getting my hopes up. I finally let it go and just said, fine, have a good party. The day of the shower, I sat at my desk during the party while everyone else went, eating my lunch alone. One kind person snuck me a piece of cake. Halfway through the party, the big boss comes in.
Share cakes.
She usually doesn't work on Fridays, so it was a surprise to see her. She saw me sitting at my desk and asked why I wasn't at the party. I told her I hadn't been invited. She was clearly perturbed by this. Later on, she sent an email out banning parties of any kind during work hours. A few people, Joan and Marie included, realize I'm the one who told. Now they've turned on me. They've now turned on me. Some friends say I'm in the wrong here and that I should have lied to the big boss.
Absolutely not.
And I was busy and said that I was busy with work to finish or something. So as to not ruin it for everyone else. Am I the a-hole?
No. That's ridiculous. So you sent back my money, which I said I was cool with. I said, I know I'm not coming to the wedding. I said, I want to contribute to have a nice gift. You doubled down and said, I don't want you getting your hopes up, thinking you getting an invitation to this wedding, like you dislike me or something.
That's why she asked, did I do anything to offend?
And then told me I can't even come in the break room during that time. I understand, hey, I can't participate in the festivities. I understand I can't have no cake.
Really? You understand that?
Bruh,
I don't understand that.
Listen, if they don't want me to be a part of it, I ain't got to be a part of it.
That's weird, though.
It is, but I'm fine with it. But you can't tell me I can't come in the room and then you mad after I tell the truth. You was already mad anyway.
Listen, there's lots of office parties for people, and half of these people don't even care for the person or know them.
Very true.
And everyone gets to participate because everyone's a part of the office.
But it's already a butthole move to send the money back and be like, nah.
Right. But just because she's a brand new girl, and why would she assume that she would go to the wedding? Everyone else should be assumed. The wedding's it's 2 months away. So what Marie could have just been like, hey, oh my gosh, everyone's going to the wedding, but obviously we don't know each other. And she could have just said, that's fine. No problem. I'm excited for you though. And that's what it could have ended.
Right.
It was a much more mature way to deal with it.
What is happening with the maturity of people?
Communication.
That's what I was just going to say. Where's the conversation between the person who doesn't want her at the party and the person who's saying they can't go for whatever reason? Now you don't even want me to tell the truth. You want me to lie for you?
When asked.
It's not like she volunteered.
They wouldn't know that, right? They can make up a story. Well, they sound like a-holes to begin with. Right. So they wouldn't know that she volunteered. She may have been like, hey, they didn't put me in. They could have made up in their mind that she volunteered the information and got them in trouble. But I don't even know why the boss would do that. Like, that's not the response. Cut out all parties, drink. Like, that's not okay either. Part of office, what's the word?
Culture.
Is
the pizza party for all the years of hard work you do. We celebrate
those things so that no parties of any kind. It's like, first of all, it wasn't during office hours. It was lunch hour. So that's not during office hours.
Everybody lunch hour ain't the same.
In an office, usually is.
It depends on the type of office.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, they were the ones who were the a-holes, not her.
Yeah, no, she's not.
She sounds like a very reasonable person too, because some people are like, I'm not invited to the wedding, I ain't sending nothing, and I'm coming to the party and eating cake.
Yeah.
But she gave the 20.
You can't be the a-hole for telling the truth.
Lasagna is not cheap to make.
Ain't nobody lying
or
to cover somebody I don't know. Why would I lie to cover somebody I don't know? For what? That makes zero sense to just, I'm just going to make up this lie.
Well, that's, if it were another person, I mean, she just started, but other people would have gone to HR with that stuff. Because it's exclusionary.
Yeah.
I can't enter the break room on the lunch break?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna walk in there, eat my lunch. Like, you're not gonna tell me, I got to sit at my desk. What am I supposed to do?
They should have just let her come to the party. even if you return the $20, be like, hey, Marie doesn't feel right with you giving the $20 because you know you're not invited to the wedding, but I'm gonna give you back your $20. You don't even need to bring anything,
Right.
and that's where it ends.
Right. It's a lack of maturity overall.
It's just
Like,
rude.
It's a bad case of, like you said, being rude. Just that's wild. I couldn't imagine just being like, I'm gonna double down on everything. No, you can't come, and I don't want you to get any ideas. Sounds kind of
even after she explained to Joan, like, Joan, I get it, like, no problem. Joan was like, yeah, nah. Mm-mm.
Joan might not like her personally.
Maybe, but
I need more. I need more stories. That's not like not more stories, but background. I need more background because something there is missing. Unless she's the hot girl in there and everybody's jealous, like, oh, you the new girl. I don't believe you can do your job. I don't even know what that is. It makes zero sense. It's like jealousy without some old mean girl stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Joan sending back the Venmo and telling her you're
It's
not
wild.
invited to the. It's crazy. So I don't know. And she asked, did I do something to Marie?
Yeah.
She said,
like
no.
what?
She handled it perfect, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, there's no a-hole there. Unless we're missing a whole lot of the story, which I'm guessing there has to be something else. It's got to be something else.
Some people are just mean, Byron.
The whole floor. Let me tell you something. Like,
somebody snuck her cake with some other. You could tell people were like, "This is not okay.
It ain't right." When anybody say nothing,
that's a lot. Herd mentality.
But and nobody saying nothing when the boss like, "Yo, no party," so everybody gonna be mean to her. Like, look, I'm not finna join in and be mean to somebody who didn't do anything wrong. If I know what's going on, like, I'm not joining in on the party. Like, I'm not being like, oh, well, yeah, because they don't like you, I can't like you. At work, no.
Well, if Joan and Marie are people who run the office in terms of not like the boss, but like people who are like popular and stuff, a lot of people just go with the flow because they're like, hey, I don't want to get in the mix of this crazy stuff.
Look, listen, Linda. No, that's not okay. It's never been okay. And I'll tell you the only time that's okay. I used to say this thing like, when I once knew this young lady who had two best friends that hated each other. And I always had a problem with it. I'm like, how do you have two best friends that hate each other? I mean, like, absolutely, I can't stand that BITC. Like,
how did that even work? Because you're hearing one person talking negative to the other. That's not your best friend. Are you entertaining what this person says about the other person?
So that means the person in the middle is as two-faced as they come.
Yeah, I'm not okay with that.
And that, like, when I see, I'm like, yo, this is you have to choose. And I'm like, if I dislike somebody and I tell you, yo, they got bad character, you can't, we're not rocking with them.
You're talking about me with that person. Huh? If they hate that person, that other person is talking about me with you.
Absolutely.
And they shouldn't feel comfortable talking negative stuff about me.
So now none of us ain't friends. Like, I'm telling you, I'm out. Like, I'm okay. Like, I understand people, okay, you being cordial. But when you talk about best friend status, like, I'm like, y'all hanging out, y'all still kicking it. The moment I say, listen, man, and I not all of my friends operate that way, but I'm like, this person ain't right. This person ain't right. Let me tell you what they did to me.
Right.
My thought process is, if you are my person, like we best friends, and we was trying to hang out with this person, and this person is crooked, and I was like, yo, this person is crooked. Where is the trust between me and you to be like, yo, I don't appreciate what you did to my friend. Now we ain't rocking with you. What people say? I don't know, man. Just because you don't like him, don't mean I can't like him.
Well, I can see why
No,
somebody's like, okay, well, I didn't see that, and that's not my experience of the person. So let me talk to this person about what they did to you.
right?
And then you need to get the story about what's happening.
Right?
And then if it keeps happening over and over again, there's a common denominator there. Something's wrong.
That is correct. So my thing is, when you talk about best friend status, how do you do that?
Like okay, so I know who I am and how I carry myself in friendships. If I don't like somebody, it's usually it's always for a
It's
reason.
for a reason.
And if my best friend doesn't, I can't even fathom that happening with my best friend. To be like, I still hang out with her. Mm-mm.
We can't be cool no more, bro, because you know
Like,
this
well, my
person.
secrets aren't safe with you, first of all.
Right? And then the thing
My
is,
business is on the road
it's
with somebody
levels.
who I dislike. So no.
It's levels to it, right? So if that person drugged me through the mud, then we like, oh, we all going, such and such gonna be there. Then why are you inviting me? Like, I know I'm not gonna hang out with this person while y'all hanging out. So we go, oh, that's still my friend.
Mm-mm.
But you seen they drug me through the mud.
Correct.
Why this is just in this person's character?
Yeah.
Like there's that, and again, like especially when you're talking about like relationship stuff.
But the thing is, it's hard for a lot of people to take a stand like that in workplace politics because a lot of people just want to stay out the mess.
Yeah.
So if there's a party, I guarantee you not everybody's down for Marie, but if she invited everybody, I'm sure Marie doesn't like everybody in the office. But she's like, if I invite this person, I have to invite everybody. I'm not inviting this new girl because it's already set in stone.
Right.
Everybody's going to go to the wedding because they don't want to be, oh, I'm the person who didn't show up.
Right.
So in office parties, you just go with whatever. Like a lot of us don't even like, even if there's a lot of these office things, a lot of people don't even want to go, period. But they go because I have to go. It's going to look terrible if I don't go.
Yeah, we've all been there.
You know, so it's like I got to go to the shindig. I got to go to dinner.
Smile. Hey, how you doing? Be on for with your
for 15 hours because you had a whole meeting.
10 hours and can't
then
sneak
go
away.
Now, then now you got to go to dinner with them and have a fun time. And you're like, sir,
I was tired. I was tired when I walked in. I didn't want to be
Can we just have the fun day and no, or just after the meeting be like, all right.
And be careful what you say because people.
But that's how the world works. You know, that's how offices work. So
I get it.
That's why they're like, you're having a party in the office. Let's go into the break room. Everybody doesn't know the story about the new girl, why she's sitting outside.
It's weird though. That whole thing is weird. I sometimes I be sitting here thinking like, with these am I the a-hole conversations, is so many people who are like
obtuse.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like it's almost like they've been emotionally abused, been a doormat their whole life, and just don't know how to just be like, yo, this is wrong.
But you remember, like I said in past episodes, there is a society that's built wherever you are. In your home life, there's a society that's built where norms are created, and you think that that's normal until somebody comes out and says, bruh,
that's wild.
That's not okay. Like in my last job, before this job that I was at, the norm was for the CEO to come visit. Literally, his name was Norm, but would come and cuss people out, looking for things to make people feel intimidated. He would talk down to people. He would nitpick on things. And so when we heard he was coming, everyone was, this is what you need to do. You need to prepare for this, say that, da, da, da. And I'm like, excuse me, he does what?
Weird.
What does he do? He's not going to do that to me. And if he does, we're going to have a problem.
Right.
Because I don't,
it's not
you're a human being, sir.
Right.
And if I don't know if I'm doing something wrong and I don't know the answer, Your job is not to humiliate me.
Right.
Your job is to figure out why I don't know the answer or why I'm not doing on certain things.
Teach.
It might be figure out if it's a will thing, okay, or if it, what was it, will or skill thing.
Or will.
You don't come to me and make me
Destroy
feel small.
A person.
And everybody's okay with it. Well, I guess because he's the CEO. But nobody's coming to this person. The company, guess what? Company no longer exists, went bankrupt, obviously, because it's run by somebody like that. And my thing is, everyone thought that that was normal. People have been working there for 20, 30, 40 years. I'm like, oh yeah, that's just how he does it. No. And so then you have other bosses doing that to other people. And so now it's a norm. It's a norm. The way that they engage with each other, you would call certain departments and they'd be very rude. And I remember talking to the man. I said, at one point I said, is there a reason why you're speaking to me this way? He's like, how am I speaking to you? I said, very rudely. I am calling you for assistance and you're speaking to me as if I'm bothering you. This is your job.
Right.
I'm calling you because there's an issue that I need help from you to fix and you're the only person. And so now every time I need to call you, I'm dreading it. Is there a problem? I literally had to say that to that person but guess what? That's just the way they talk to each other. So now as a new person in this society, I seem like the crazy person because everybody's used to the way that they interact with each other. Callous, rude, mean, and then move on. Yep. It was very low level in terms of the way that they interacted with each other. Nobody looked to elevate any kind of, let's teamwork this, rally this. No. So much so that you would get a bonus for just having staff. Every 3 months, they give you a bonus. If you're fully staffed, they give you $2,000.
Crazy.
Because everybody would just leave. And instead of fix the problem, you want to throw money at it.
Right. And that's the thing is, money's not a motivator, right? It's what the money can do for you. It's not about the money. So nobody cares about the pieces of paper or the numbers ticking up if you can't actually use it for anything. People are trying to take care of their families, so they'll do some low life stuff to a degree, or low level stuff to a degree to survive and keep pushing forward and stuff like that. But you can't treat people like that because they will eventually leave. And this is what I was saying, like, just with any job. And I talk to people about, listen, if you hate what you do, figure something else out because it's literally toxic to your body.
Right.
Like, emotions are tied to certain toxins in your body. And this is how diseases just come out. And how did I end up with, it's just attached to stress. It's attached to worry. It's attached. You sit back here and you get yourself really messed up doing something that you hate for money.
And sometimes it's not even the thing that you hate. It's the people around you that make it awful.
No, that part, you can end up in a bad situation.
Bullies like that.
But eventually you're going to tap out because what happens is they give you a raise. You keep getting a raise. You keep getting a raise, but you hate your job. You're going to leave. That was me. You're going to leave. That was me in the last company.
My eyes were twitching on its own because I was so stressed out about how terrible this environment was. Super toxic.
It's not okay.
And it doesn't matter how much money you're making. Just throwing money at you. I mean, like, how hard is it? I'm a get $2,000 every time. I'm a keep the staff.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure I make that bonus.
Right.
My thing is, like, in the interim, you're suffering.
Right.
And so it doesn't really make sense to spend your days doing that because, in North America, we spend so much more time at work.
Right.
That it's really important to, like, this girl now. She's in this new job 2 months in. She may love the job, she may not. We don't know. She hasn't said. But if now people are turning on her, unless something happens to shift it where she shows her true colors and people start to like her and move into her direction and connect with her, this is going to be a rough place to work.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. And the thing, you got to tap out.
And that's really unfair.
Yeah, it really is, considering that she was just telling the truth. It's not something that is sustainable long term. I feel like with those type of situations, like when you say people don't quit jobs, they quit managers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, if you can make a place feel really, really good, people will come there and they'll fall on the sword for you.
Yeah.
Like they would literally do whatever it's, if it feels good when you're there, like, hey, I'm having a great time. These are my friends, my family. They'll come there and they'll do a hard job and push through, or they'll do a boring job and push through. And it's just like, when you make it bad, you know, we've always had these people on our teams, even as a rep, where somebody in there that just complains all the time. You have to get rid of those people immediately.
Yep.
Or shut it down, because the moment that starts spreading, it's contagious.
Correct.
And you look at it and like, now your whole team is angry. Your whole team steals, or your whole team is disgruntled, or your whole, and it can work the other way, because positivity can spread. It's not as easily, but it can spread as well. And you know, you look at, like, my sister used to be in these hair salons. You see these movies and stuff like that. It's like, oh, this person just, are you stealing my clients and all that silly stuff? And it's like, it's a reason that catty stuff happens. Because what happens within that area at a certain point in time, as soon as that person can afford to get a new booth to rent, they're out of there. You're not going to stay underneath a messy owner.
Right.
You don't stay, you leave.
And it really doesn't make sense to be a messy owner. But,
bruh,
you know, like, even the way this manager handled it, I didn't think that was right.
No.
She should have gone to Joan and said, Joan, talk to me about what happened here, girl. This is a new person. We're supposed to welcome this person into our team. Right. And I walked in there at this sad story about this person. She's sitting there by herself. And I had to ask her, what's going on? Why are you sitting here by yourself?
You punished everybody for a few people's mistakes.
Yeah, that's not cool.
You know what you should have did? You know what? You have lunch with me. Let's go. And don't worry about your lunch hour. I'll take care of you. And when you get back, and we'll just figure that part out. I'll talk to whoever I need to talk to. Don't worry about it. I got you, because they shouldn't have done you like that. That's what should have happened. Right. And then you prevent the animosity between the bunches. You don't punish everybody, because everybody wasn't guilty. Some people went in there and you just guilty by association. Right. And you made this new employee feel like, oh my gosh, thank you. This is the type of company I want to work for. Right. And I think that, this is another case of people handling stuff poorly. She's a poor manager. Correct. And then she got poor employees who have adjusted to that system that they're in. And then now they pulling this other girl in. So what is she going to have to do? I don't know how she thought that was not the right answer, because let me cut this stuff out. It's not about the party. No. It's about the exclusion. Yeah. And intentional exclusion. The thing is, now this young lady has a choice. She can either leave, or she going to have to adapt. And if she adapts, she becomes just like them. Right. And that's not okay. No. To bring it full circle, you're not the a-hole in this situation. It is, show yourself some grace. This is going to be the gym. People, you have to fix your inner voice. Be nice to yourself. Show yourself some grace, and stop being so hard on yourself over silly stuff. When people, just because somebody says it and they're looking at you crazy, doesn't make you a bad person. And now the fact you're having this type of dialogue and maybe even lost some sleep over it, that's rough. But I want people to spend some time healing themselves to the point where they don't need to reach out for validation in instances where it's very obvious that people are mistreating you. People are mistreating you, and what is that? It's like this when you become like, it's like you become a victim to the point of God, what's the word I'm looking for?
Say it again.
You know how they have like the prisoners, you get used to being in that type of situation, so you become Stockholm syndrome. That's it. You become empathetic to your captor.
Right.
And like these situations
But
are
prisoners
bad.
become institutionalized.
Yeah.
That's different
Yeah.
than the Stockholm.
Yeah, but that's what I meant, the Stockholm syndrome.
Oh, okay.
But it's like I couldn't remember like the exact scenario, but definitely like you get into these bad situations and you get accustomed to it. It was a movie we saw that was kind of like that, where they were trying to. This guy had these women trapped in the house,
Oh yeah.
and
the
woman with the daughter, and they went and got the daughter, and
yeah, I don't
the other one's like, you trying to get, you gonna mess us all up, and she was trying to get like, this is not normal.
If you move things around and try and do something, we're
He's
gonna suffer.
See it, and we're all gonna suffer. So, and she even got to the point of when they got away, she snitched.
Yep.
It's like you got used to being in this bad situation. It's like, no, come
and
with
wanting
us.
Favor from the man.
Right. Oh, you get to go outside today. And it's like, oh my gosh, yes, I get to go outside. I'm his bottom.
I'm his favorite. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm his favorite. And it's like, this is still abuse. You're not understanding how good you had it prior to being in this situation. It's like, no, he took us in and he's taking care of us. He feeds. It's like, yeah, once a day and y'all are chained to the bed. What is going on here?
Cold basement.
It's insane, bro. It's insane. So you have to, every once in a while, you need a shock. Like you need some intervention. And I feel like God does that sometimes. Like you have these moments where, like I said, you dodge these bullets. It's like,
you don't realize it.
You don't realize it at the time.
It really hurts.
So it's a callback to like the first episode that we did when I was saying like you don't always get to see the other side of it.
Sometimes it's beautiful. Like that story was like she got to see the whole.
She got to see the girl
her fall.
Get fired, come back and try to get a job underneath her, and it's like, yo, this is insane. After they abused you, now you get the chance to kind of see the other side. Like it does not pay to do people wrong, and you don't often get that opportunity. And it's just kind of like, it's truly a blessing sometimes to get told, no, you can't come to the party. I'm saying that not literally party, but sometimes it's not being invited, not being pulled into the circle. Hey, no, you can't go. You don't understand. Sometimes it's truly a great thing to be excluded, because when you're separate from foolishness, then the bad stuff happens and you come up on the other side. It's like, I have something so much better for you on this side, until now it's all making sense. But a lot of times it takes years, and that moment when you're not invited to the party is rough. But maybe this is a sign for this young lady, like, bro, this ain't the right company.
Right.
I mean, you might need the money, but the best time to find a job is when you already got a job. Yeah, so keep looking for a job while you got this job, so you're not in desperate mode, but you're saying, hey, somebody else wants me, and I also am, and still out there because I ain't completely off the market. So, yeah, not the a-hole. So, let's do this. I want us to have a fantastic day, night, whenever it is you're watching this. Hopefully you're watching it when it first comes out. But that will be evening. I definitely want to say thank you. Thank you for continuing to join us on our journey. We want you to, of course, like, comment, subscribe. Please comment. We like those as well. And share. And we will see you again next week.
Tuesday.
Thank you. Tuesday, yes. Approximately 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But thank you again for joining. Uncle's in the building.
Bye.